in Skyward Sword, there's this section of the map which is like always in a storm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in Wind Waker, you don't really have that. You don't really have a one section of the map which is always stormy. Like it's always either the day, night, and then you have the section in the game which is always rainy. But that's like a story segment. It's not location based.
Right, right.
And I'm thinking, what if they had this idea of expanding upon that, where different regions in Wind
Mm.
Waker had different weather effects.
Mm.
Like they kind of did it with the ice island, the ice reef,
Right.
or I don't know the name. So they had this where if you're in the zone, it's always snowy and it's
Mm.
always like a blizzard going on. But I think they wanted maybe to expand that more with maybe there's an area that's always in the storm. Maybe the volcano has volcanic ash around you, and they kind of tried to do that in Skyward Sword with the rain section, but it was too different to be like fully fleshed out, I guess.
Mm. That's a great comparison point because I know that I mean I think there's a statement from Anuma about the cut content of Wind Waker. There's a statement that like well it just went into the later games. Like if you're missing that content, it does exist just in later games, so we shouldn't grieve too hard for it. But I guess like I've always assumed that that was more of a statement of on the cut dungeons because we know that there could have been more dungeons in Wind Waker, and so I just assumed that their mechanics or design were became something else in another game. But just the fact that like overworld concepts and game concepts just from the Wind Waker, even like the Thunderhead and Skyward Sword, right? The idea of a stormy section. That's interesting. I never thought about that being, a contender for Wind Waker's cut content.